Comet has been here since 1935, and it's always acted as kind of like the living room or kind of a gathering place for a lot of local community. That includes musicians, artists, writers, actors. There was a big actors hangout in the 70s. We had the opportunity to kind of step in and restore the Comet, and in doing that we decided we had to pay honor and homage to the history of the Comet in its many different forms. That included hosting live music, it included games, it included pool, it included softball teams. So we've kind of recreated all of that and brought all of those aspects back to the bar. Layout was one thing to consider, acoustics were another thing to consider. I mean, we were able to achieve a lot of that in the layout and some of the changes that we did. And we're able to bring in this Mackie system, which allowed us to create a really great even distribution of sound.
We used 10 DLM8s in 3 zones, 2 for the balcony, 4 for 2 zones, one's the bar and one's this upper level. And then 2 of the DLM12Ss, which is a subwoofer, centrally located in mono.
One of the challenges when choosing a system for commercial application is how is it going to fit into the general aesthetic. We were really pleased with the profile of the system. We were able to kind of tuck them in the corners and get them in kind of key places so we could get even sound distribution, but at the same time aesthetically wasn't taking away from any of the end goals that we were trying to achieve. So we're basically open 7 days a week from noon to 2 in the morning. It's 14 hours of music a day. We need a system that was versatile, that could sound good when there was only 8 people in the room, but when we got as many as 250 people through the room, and obviously the room gets a lot louder, we needed something that could handle that diversity of power in the sound range. And so working with Mackie and our installer, we were able to put in 12 speakers just in this one square room of 2,500 square feet. And in doing that, we're able to consistently bring up the volume as needed without it ever being too loud for one single person. The install for the system was really easy and painless. We had a quick meeting about it, kind of went through the room, and I think we were basically in and out in a day in terms of actually including the boxes and the brackets and everything else.
When we unbagged the speakers in the crunch of opening, when the dust had settled, I was able to fire the speakers up, just set them to default, pretty much out of the box. Everything sounded great, and the owners were impressed from the get-go.
In terms of the final product and the sound that we ended up with, I was really surprised at how responsive the system was and how loud it could get and still sound good. There's a great bass response and everything that we put in here without being too bassy. That can always be a bit of a challenge sometimes when you're talking about a room or a tavern or a bar where you have a lot of people talking and eating up a lot of those kind of high-end and mid-range frequencies. As the night progresses, we're able to make really slight adjustments to the system and really continue that consistent quality of sound. The musical component in the systems that we choose to put into these places is important. We have a pretty good cross-section of genre styles that we tend to play here. We've got a funk and soul night, we have a punk night. I mean, DJs play anything from country to heavy rock. And so you need a system that can kind of adapt to all those sort of genres, and that's going to continue to provide a good quality sound across platforms. And I think that we found that here. To this day, I think it still resonates well as sort of a neighborhood gathering place. I mean, I think there's always been that sort of cultural tie to both the music and arts community, and I think that we've embraced that and invited that community back in to the doors of the Comet. And so I think it still sort of rings true that it's a neighborhood living room.
Shake, think and then speak. You got years to repeat, or let mine slip away.